What has that journey been like? Um, Being a rehab nurse, because right now we have a host on the network that had a massive stroke 2.5 years
Mm.
ago now. She's still unable to walk. She's still bedridden pretty much. Just recently, she was able to set up on her own. So she's striving, but that has to be hard too on you. How's just that journey been for you?
I think there's been a lot of advances
Mhm.
since when I started with rehab nursing. So there are, I'd say there's more hope. I think also having so many years as a mental health nurse, I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges that people go through is if there is a change in your mobility or your ability to speak, of how do you deal with it? And get through the process to whatever level of function you can return to. So I think keeping people motivated, inspired, wanting to continue what they need to do is a big part of what we do. Because like I said, people can have a massive change in their lifestyle. And where I work, it's with people that are in a rehab center, hoping to make enough progress to return home. But I think just a lot of people just they get depressed. um,
Mhm.
it's like it's not easy to go through rehab. So I think encouraging them, focusing on what people can do versus not so much what they can't do, and just trying
Right.
to instill hope and a positive outlook with them.
So I have a little bit about me really quick so I can jump into this story because I really want to get your input because I am a author as well. So I'm connected to a lot of authors, and right now we're doing a movement called the 100 Author Movement, where we have a whole bunch of authors just coming together, and we're just working together, networking, collaborating, and just trying to push each other. Where I have an author where her son, who is an adult, um, about 3 years ago, it may not even be 3 years ago, it may be 2 years ago, he lost sight,
Mm.
and she went through a grieving process. Like she really grieved because, her having to deal with and help because now she's one of the main helpers. She's not I'm not going to say she's his caregiver because he doesn't really need her full time, but support and help. She's the main person that's there. He's also the full guardian of two girls. One of the little girls plays basketball, and he was her coach. So having to do that, he still tried to coach her, but losing his sight and not being able to do the things that he was able to do with her, that has really been a transition for them. And I oftentimes want to, I be wanting to say stuff, but I don't even half of the time know what to say to her, um, because of that, And I sympathize, but I really don't know what to say. What do you say to someone that they've been sighted all this time, and then because of medical issues they lose their sight and they having to adapt to this, and then the people around them are having to adapt to it, so it's like a whole different grief process.
You're right. There is a grief process that people go through. I think and a lot of times people don't know what to say, but just saying, how are you doing? And listening to people,
That
um,
part.
trying not to do platitudes. It'll get better. I mean,
Right.
things that people say. I think just or saying, "Is there anything I can do to support you?" And then I do think sometimes when people are going through things, um, it's hard at times for people to reach out to other people. I have
Hmm.
this section in my book called "No Woman is an Island," and it happened to a family member where they were very, very ill in the hospital. for over a week, and this person didn't want any help. When they got home, it's like, no, 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 I can do it all. And they couldn't, And so
Right.
I think sometimes being willing to say, okay, I will accept help. I think what the support system can do, sometimes instead of saying, how can I support you? And that's good. But if you can tell that somebody needs something, just start doing things.